Is that so? Is it really so?
You are welcome back to Culture Report. It has been an amazing show so far. So if you just joined us, I'm sorry, but you missed
2 hours and 11 minutes.
You missed 2 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you, accurate timekeeper. But
co-debaters.
Better late than never. We're glad that you're here and joining us, and the conversation continues still. Don't forget there's a number on your TV screen that you can call if you want to join the conversation live, you want to share an opinion, or you just want to vent, or you want to say hello to our guest. Yes, we do have a guest in the studio. We have Mr. Daniel Folley.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Where is Folley from?
Oh, okay. Well, my surname is actually Folley Shaw.
Right.
Okay, so okay, but my dad used to work with a lot of white guys. Okay, so they just preferred to call him Folley, instead of Folley Shaw. And so it got on me, myself, and my brother, and we just used Folley all through our secondary school, university, and name stuck.
So surname, when they say what should they say, Daniel Folley?
Yeah, most times Daniel Folley.
That's actually kind of cute. Anyways, let's move it on. Now, today is World Food Day, as we know. What's your favorite food?
Jollof rice, fried rice, and chicken.
The chicken people. It is also World Dignity Day. Is your dignity intact?
Well, I mean, I'm trying.
That's the best you can do.
That's the best way you can do about it. And it's also World Boss Day. Now, we already know that you own your own businesses, so therefore you are a boss, so to speak. Exactly. So now, saying that we're celebrating World Boss Day, I'd like to know everything that you've gone through as regards to owning a business in this country, like in Nigeria, being a business owner, having to start from scratch to where it is at the moment, the challenges that you've faced so far. Yeah.
Okay, well, first let me say that in the company, what we call bosses, so to say, or the leaders, is that we call them servant leaders. Okay, so because of the style of leadership that matters to, owning a business around here. But for me, I think that there are challenges in running a business here in Nigeria, as we all know. But then if you've got a good spirit and if you are true to yourself and you really get have something to give as service to other people and you're committed to service, then yes, you can overcome those challenges. We can talk about financial challenges, you can talk about the power, you can talk about the access to internet and a couple of other things that
Efficient stuff.
Even efficient stuff, and putting the team together, I think we'll get there, because that's part of the real reasons why small businesses can't scale, because it's so hard and tough around here to put a team together because the skill set, the mindset of those you want to work with and all stuff. But then I think that if you have a good spirit, you're committed to service, and you have something, you believe that you have something to give to your audience as service, yes, you can overcome those challenges.
I find that, I don't know if it's just this part of the world, and this finding comes from hearing a lot of people's experiences with the relationship with their, the company they work for or their bosses or whatever. It's almost as though some bosses feel like this is a one-sided relationship, right? Where, to be honest, both sides are benefiting from this relationship, right? If you could do the job and pay yourself, you would do it, but you can't. So you need the expertise of somebody who can actually do the job, right? And at the same time, if I could do the job and pay myself, then I would be my own boss. But I can only do my job and then have somebody pay me for doing, or pay me to do my job.
Yeah.
But it often seems like a one-sided relationship.
Okay, one-sided relationship. Favoring who now?
Most times the bosses.
Okay, well, let me say first that if you don't mind who takes the credit, you can accomplish anything in life.
Right.
Now that being said, I think for me that the real element that you need to have as a boss, so to say, when leading a company and you really want to grow a company, is first you must have professional, ethics, and then you must also have personal humility. because this helps you to bring people together. Remember that you want to work with people.
Yes.
And most times when you don't have a team that is committed to your goal or to your vision as the boss, what you find out that you're doing is that you'd actually be micromanaging. So you have to dictate. Okay, and then when you dictate, people cannot get innovative. Do you understand? And when there's no innovation, eventually it affects the entire brand, of the company. So I think that first, on the part of the boss, you must have professional ethics, and then you must be personal. You must have personal humility. Now, on the part of the employee, I think that really our education system in the country hasn't really helped. So you find out that most graduates today, they say that most graduates are not employable. I don't agree to that, but most graduates don't have the skill to be employable. That's the real issue. So most of what we learned in school are things that we cannot apply in practical, work environment. So, we don't have, so to say, practical skills. I can tell you that something as easy as building a Google form, a lot of graduates can't do it. Because I train people, I train people on digital marketing and all stuff. So, so you find out that when you come into a workspace as an employee, the first thing you must also have is you must have the willingness to learn. Do you understand? And then you must have the ethics. So you must have good work ethics. Yeah. Okay. So when you have those two things, then I think that your boss can then begin to shape you into your role. Mm-hmm. So for me, the way I hire in the company is that I hire for character. Do you understand? And then I develop the skill. So the good thing is that I'm able to train. I understand my entire value chain. So what I do is I run Digital Medium Africa, a content creation company. So we create all 5 forms of content: photos, videos, text, graphics, and audio. Okay, so we create all stuffs like that, and then we use this stuff for different industries. So like that now, that's for the wedding industry. So this is our wedding photography and video production arm. And then we do digital marketing as well. So we create contents for social media, for small businesses and growing businesses, for the social media platforms. We also manage social media platforms. And then we create voiceover content. We do documentary films for high net worth individuals that are interested. So now, what am I saying in essence? Everything we do, I learned from the scratch. So I built the business from the scratch. My dad was a videographer, late now, Patrick Folley. So when a staff comes in, I'm able to train that staff on anything that they need to do. And when I train them, what I find out that works for people is that I let them understand that this is a two-way benefit. Now, if I train you, you can either acquire the skill and then go out there when you want to leave the company and you become more valuable. Now, if you use the skill here, I feel, I can raise your salary. I can pay you more because I see that you're delivering value. Do you understand? So, yeah, so if you're working with me or you then want to start your own business, one way or the other, we both win. Yeah, so once I say that, I think that most of the team members have an open mind. Do you understand? And then they are also then able to innovate and then improve on the little that I teach them. Do you understand? So I think that works, because really, if you don't have skilled people on your team, you're going to burn yourself out as a leader. At the end of the day, and that's not going to help anyone.
You did say something, sorry to cut you, you did say something in the conversation you were having as regards to where some of the things that were taught in school don't really apply to real life. And we had some students here yesterday, as it was World Student Day.
Oh, okay, great.
And we had some students here in the studio, and they were talking about how some of the things that they believe that some of the things that were taught in school, they can't use it in real life. And then one girl in particular was on about how they are now happy about strike because it gives them time to go and learn, learn some other things and practicalize what they're teaching or what they're being taught. So I wonder, when did we get there and how do we even change all these things? But then again, you are in the business of photography.
Yeah.
Some are in the business of photography, and we all know that at some point, some people might be lawyers, they would have studied law in school, studied medicine, and then they come out and they become photographers. But is there anything that the people who are in the photo industry are doing as regards to, you don't have to go through that whole 4 or 5 years of going through medical school or going through law school. Just come, this is a school for photography. Come and go here, let's teach you this, let's do this, let this be what it is, instead of going through this and then coming to end up here and starting afresh again. Is there something that people who are in different industries like yours are doing to make sure that statements like that don't come out often or repeat themselves?
Okay, so first, that's a very good question.
So we have a caller.
Okay.
Hang on.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
Hello?
I said, how are you
I'm
doing?
just from the
Welcome. What's on your mind?
I want to say hi to you guys.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi.
Please reduce the volume of your TV. The volume of your TV, reduce it, please.
I can't hear you.
yeah.
I can't
because your
hear you
volume is
either.
high.
Reduce the volume of your TV, please.
But when you call the studio, please do make sure for us to have a conversation that you turn down the volume of your TV to the barest minimum, to like 0, and then you can hear us in the background and we can also hear you when we have a conversation. So back to the question.
Okay, great. So that's a very good question. Let me say that the student that said they're happy because of strike, so they can learn some skill, I would say that they don't have to wait until strike. So something really helped me when I was in school. So what I always did was I had this strategy of every semester, at the end of every second semester, where you have the long break. So I didn't really come home to to enjoy like every other person would do.
Yeah.
So I stayed back and I learned something. So in my first year, I think I did my graphic design during the long holiday. The second year, I did computer engineering. We did 3 months, so I got certified. So after every year, I acquired a new skill. And then I think in the third year was when I acquired photography skill. Do you understand? So I think that every student going to school in Nigeria today must, invest in learning outside the university. Okay, so regarding what people like us are doing to ensure that we can grow maybe photographers, so to say. So what I do now is I have an online learning platform. Folley SME Clinic. Yeah, so it's a website. You go to danofolleysmeclinic.com and then you can learn lots of skills. So what I've done is that we divided the stages of entrepreneurship into 3 key stages, which is the startup and idea generation. So this is the very first stage that every entrepreneur goes to if you want to own a business. Yes, you have to have an idea and start something. Okay, so we created about 8 courses for that. Everything to help you discover who you are, because you must also know what you find very interesting and the things that you love to do. Yeah. So if you get that, then you can then create an idea from it and make it a business. Because no matter how passionate about it, if you cannot make money from it, you end up broke and you drop that passion. Yeah, so the startup and idea creation, about 8 courses that you can learn from that. And then we have the skill acquisition and implementation stage. So this is where a lot of entrepreneurs will spend their time. We have, I think, about 18 courses there. So now you have to learn a lot of skill, digital skills, content creation skills, social media skills, and all stuff, so that you can be a better entrepreneur and have the skill to deliver your own idea. And then we have the business growth. So how do you scale a business? How do you build a team? You understand? Team building, team management, business process and structure. So now we have, I think, about 8 courses there as well. So now these 3 key stages is important for every entrepreneur, even if you want to start a gallery business, no matter how weird. So photography, whatever, you must go through these stages to build a business. Now, I have a course on photography masterclass. So this is the masterclass session. I'm even doing one, I think, in the next week. So for photographers to be able to, start a business, yeah.
We're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, I really want to know when we graduated paying almost 700, 800, 1 million for wedding photography. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Don't tell the person now. Let's keep it fun and simple. Easy come, easy go. You know my loving is no sweat. It's no sweat. Easy come, easy go.
welcome back to Culture Report. The fun never ends here.
Yes, it does.
That's why this is literally the best 3 hours of my entire.
And
When
then
it ends, I'm like,
when you're
3 hours. Highlights of
absolutely
my entire
amazing.
day.
Yes.
We still have Mr. Foley in the building. Yes. And because he's been such a nice guest so far, we decided to reward him with a little something.
Yes.
Thank
Yes. This beauty right here.
Wow.
And this is just like the packaging, yeah, of the outside. You can imagine what's on the inside. It's a nice gift. So you see, we treat our guests really nice, and of course, we give them rewards as well. So this is yours.
Thank you so much.
It's a little gift from One Tribe.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
They
you.
appreciate you.
Oh.
We appreciate you. And
Thank
so
you so
yes,
much for coming.
every time that you use this gift, you
Remember
remember
One
us.
Tribe, and you remember.
Okay, great. One Tribe Pop Central. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Right, now, thank you for smiling for that gift we gave you. Now, I want to ask you a question. Why or how or when did we graduate to charging so much as regards to wedding photography? Because the wedding business is like a different
ways.
type of business at this point. And then you call a wedding photographer and say, oh, I want to take pictures of my wedding.
Yeah.
And then they're giving you bills of like 1,800,000, 500. How did we get there? Because if we remember even back in the day, maybe you could pay 20K, or yeah, come on, let me snap this picture, or like 10K, 20K. And now we're like millions. How did we get there?
Okay, let me say first of all that the people who still do 20K and 30K and 40K, I think they are still there, really.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're talking about say 800K, 1 million, or those kind of pricing, I think it depends on what the artist put into the work. Do you understand? So that's really where the difference is. So depending on what you invest in yourself as an artist, depending on what you invest in your equipment, as a business. So now take for instance, I'll give a very simple example. If you have a business, a photography business, and you have a team of 6, your overhead is different from someone who is just a solo entrepreneur. Okay, but your processes and your systems should be better. Do you understand? So now all of those things must be factored into your cost. Do you understand? So now that's a business angle. Now talk about the creativity. If you studied take for instance in the US, or you went for a professional photography training and you invested some thousands of dollars in that training, you expect to make your money back. Yes, do you understand? So also let's come to the product, the deliverable. So take for instance, look at that. It's a bit different from what the 20,000, the 30,000 guy would tell you about. So yes, the cost can be justified, but the most important thing that I think that every business must understand is, are there people who want this service? So the guy wouldn't be charging 1 million if there are not people paying 1 million. Yeah, so there is demand for every market. There are people who want to pay the 20,000 or the 100,000 or the 200,000 the way it is, and then there are people who are willing to pay 1 million and more. Yes, really.
Now here's the thing I've noticed about a lot of businesses in Nigeria. The customer service is crappy. First of all, they don't believe that the customer is always right.
Yeah.
If you as a customer should look them in the eye and say the customer is
So why
always
are you living
right.
at
Because I'm
here
look
selling
at
to
you. Honestly, they'll look at you and someone say, well, so that because now me day here, now why you they follow me talk like that? How do we teach people to understand? Because it's one thing to tell them and have a poster that says customer is always right. But it's another thing for them to have that mentality. Because it's with that mentality that they will treat the customer as though they're right.
Yeah.
Even if the customer is wrong. Because sometimes, let's face it, customers be violent, right? So how do we teach that? Because that's very important. Imagine you talking to a vendor, a hair vendor, and asking, so when will my delivery be made? And they're telling you, but I told you 5 to 7 working days. You now say, okay, but it has been 9 days. You say, well, you give some allowance some days for any kind of problem. But did you even message me to say, okay, we need some extra days to, and then you're dragging with your potential customer. Don't talk to me like that. Is it because I'm selling the markets to you? And I'm just thinking, are you ready for business? I mean, it didn't happen to me personally because, sure. But yes, I read it in someone's chat, and I remember I was so upset for the person. You're paying for a service; it's not free.
Okay, so customer service. First, let me say that it's important that you learn. So most of the businesses that you find out that they have poor customer service, they've not done so well in terms of investing in training either the employee or, as the business owners themselves, having, training on communication in business, because you need to learn. So you don't start a business and then try to figure out customer service or how to talk to your customers or how to reply emails or how to send SMS. No, you have to go out there to learn. And that's what every small business must do. You must invest in acquiring the right knowledge. Do you understand? To be able to service your customer. So, and look, photography is a different thing. Customer service is a different thing. You may be a good photographer,
but be
very terrible with customer service. Do you understand? So, and then no matter how much you like your customers, you may find out that you're not even the best person to attend to them. So, now that's an honest truth that a lot of businesses must, face. Do you understand? So I think that once that is sorted, once you acquire the right skill, you understand communication testing, which is also very important. Like what you said that, okay, it's supposed to be 7 days, and then on the ninth day, you haven't sent a message and all that. So so this is communication testing. Now some businesses won't even tell you that. They won't tell you ahead that your delivery is going to take 7 days. They just, okay, don't worry, pay for delivery, we'll deliver to you. Now, and then you keep calling. But if, and on the third day you're calling, on the fourth day you're calling. Meanwhile, they might have it that their delivery person might say, we are delivering in 7 days, but they should have pre-informed you. So now that's an error in communication. It doesn't mean that they wanted to treat you bad or attend to you wrongly, but they just didn't communicate right. Do you understand? So all of this, comes into learning to be able to service your customer and really having the best interest of the customer at heart. Because sometimes we say that we're looking for customers, but we really do not care about them. If we do care about our customers as a business, then we will try to go all out for them. Yeah. And I think that's what makes the difference between the customer service experience that you experience here and in other parts of the world.
Caring for your staff is a major key.
Yes, I agree.
Well taken care of, staff that's well taken care of, to treat the customer.
Well, I think that kind of
and treat the
my
job
next question, which
better.
is not for you. I see you came with some of your team members, so I'm gonna ask them. Since it's World Boss Day, would you say your boss is a great boss?
Of course, they're gonna say that.
Are you just shining?
Are you gonna say otherwise?
Because he's here, because you're here with him or something.
It's half month already.
Out of 10.
Just a few weeks to go.
Out of 10. 8. Out of 10. So he gets customer for the last 2. What about you? Out of 10. 8.
This uncle,
so
I'm
would you
looking at
say
like this.
personally, like the way you relate with your staff and the way the way they see you or perceive you, would you say that you are a good boss?
I think I'm not the best judge of that.
I'm saying within yourself.
Within myself.
Say if you're not praised, they will praise you. So hello.
Okay, I think they do say that. That's what they say to me. That yes, so yes, they say to me that, sir, you're doing so well, and I think I like to work here.